Parameterized reports, the learning points are how to create a single parameter report and how to provide multiple parameters and how to create a drop-down list box for parameter and how to provide a default values and other parameter settings or configurations. Okay, so these are the learning points about parameters. So you have many learning points you can understand when you create a parameterized report. So let me go back and give you. So to do that, you have to open Visual Studio. I have already opened and I've also created the project SSRS demos. So let me take a new project. So right click on the project, add and click on new item. Okay. So if you go to the previous one, this will give you a wizard. So don't use this because using a wizard, you cannot create a complex reports. Okay. So always wizards will provide you simple reports. Okay. So I'm not using this option. So right click on reports. So go to the second option called add and new item. So when you ask a new item, make sure that again you are not in the wizard. Again, if you are in the wizard will start. Don't choose this. You have to choose a report. Okay. Choose report here and you have to provide the report or name or exercise one, exercise no. Okay. So this I'm talking about a parameter report. So let me give you a parameter report. Okay. That's it. And click on add. So sorry, I have, I think, open something else. Right click, add, new item. Okay. Choose report, and this is a parameter report. So this is more than sufficient for us to understand. So, okay. So when you create a param report, the designer is now empty. Now you don't have anything to be, anything to be there in the designer. So everything is empty. Now you should be able to create everything. So what are the things we discussed the other day? So the other day we discussed about a few things, right? So how to create report will have a few settings. So what are the settings we discussed about the other day? So reports will have few things. So the steps are mentioned here. SRS project using the bits that we have done. Then after that, you need to add a report, and that is also we have done. Now the second step would be create a data source. Then third step, create a data set. Then fourth step, add a data region. Then format the report, change color, font, background, etc. Save and preview the report and build and deploy the report. So these are the steps to create a report in SSRS. Whether you create Y report or X report, these are the standard steps. What are the? Create a new report in bits, then create a data source, create a data set, add data region, format the report, and save and preview the report. So let me go back to our reporting. The first step we have done. The next step would be you have to create a data source. Okay. So how do you create a data source? This window you will be getting from view. Go to view. So if you go to view, data will be there. Okay. So if you go to report data, you will get what is known as a data source. So this is the second step in your report. So if you understand, the next step is create a data source. To create a data source, you have to go to SQL Server bits, and the bits you have to go to report data. So I'm going to bits. This is my report data. Where is report data? Which is there in view report data. So which will not be available now. So once you close this, this should be, you will be able to see that. Okay. Go to view and go to report data. Okay. Now here you have to create a data source. So what is a data source? Server name and the database name. So right click on data source, add data source. The data source name. So data source name would be, you can give any name. So my bank data SRC. So this is what I'm using, and I'm using, you can use anything. You can use Microsoft SQL Server, Microsoft OLEDB, okay, parallel data warehouse, Teradata, DB2, anything you can use. But reporting services, not only for SQL Server, you can connect to any other sources and get the data. string, I'm just clicking on edit. The connection string would be for me, server name is dot. Dot means what? Local SQL server which is installed. Okay. Or you can write local host. Anything you can write. Or you can write your system name. So once you write that system name, make sure that you check whether the test connection is succeeded or not. Okay. So it's very, very important. You may put local host or you may put dot also. Putting dot and test connection. This is also perfect. So server name dot means which is the local SQL server which is installed in your computer. But in real world, you have to get the server name from your client. Okay. You may check with your boss or you may check with your team member or the colleague who will be having the server names in the database names. Okay. So you need to write a mail to the client or to your manager saying that, sir, I would like to have server name and database name where I would like to create my reports. Dot is what? A local host, which is MySQL server, which is installed locally. Then once you do that, I'm using Windows authentication. Then choose a database called a bank database. Okay. And everything is perfect. Now ensure that everything is perfect now. Now click OK and click OK. So you have created a bank data source. Now you're able to get the data from a bank database of your local SQL server. Now once you go there, you should be able to write the query. So creating a data set means creating a query. So right click on data set. This is the next step. So add data set. Then what is your data set name? So data set name could be a customer data set, whatever it is. Okay. Then make sure that you're clicking on use data set embedded in my report. We're going to discuss about what is shared versus embedded in tomorrow's or day after tomorrow's session. So as of now, you understand what is a data set embedded in my report. Okay, so choose the second option here and choose the data set which we have created already. Then you have to write your query. Okay, before writing the query, ensure that the query is working perfectly in your SQL server. So I am using a bank database. Make sure that you are in the bank database. So you're in the bank. So I have a table, the table called account master table. I'm simply dragging and dropping this table. So this table will give you few values. So select star from account master. So this is the query I have written. So I'm executing this query and the query will give me what is my account ID, account name, account address, data of enrollment of the account, what is the clear balance, what is the unclear balance, what is the status, and in which branch I have opened the account. So what is the products, savings bank, current account, and fixed deposit. Like that you would have different products. Okay, so this is a example from bank. So when you open an account in the bank, so you will have an account ID, then you will have your name, your address, your date of opening an account, clear balance, unclear balance, whether your status is open or I for inoperative accounts, C for closed accounts. You will also see somewhere C. Now see the value C. C means closed accounts. So in which branch you have done the open the account and what is the product you have taken? Savings bank, current account. So this is the table which I'm talking about. So you may use any table. Okay. Now this is the table I have used. So it's working fine. Make sure that the query is working fine. Okay. Now if I need branch BR1 data, what do you do? Where branch ID equals to. So we have a branch ID column here, BRID. See here. To you put a BR1. So when you put BR1, press F5 or execute, you will get BR1 data. That means you are filtering BR1 data. But I need BR2 data. So you need to put BR2, press F5 or execute button. You can do anything. So this is BR2 data. If you put BR3, now you will get BR3 data. Now if you put BR4, you will get BR4. Like that. So you may provide a value. Depends upon the value, you should be able to get the data. But now to create a parameter, I am creating a parameter here at the rate. Okay. What is at the rate BRID? At the rate BRID is a parameter. So this value we have to supply in the reports. So as of now, you may not be able to understand why we have given at the rate BRID. If you press execute, you will get error. So this will not work here. So make sure that this would work in the reports. Okay, this would work in the reports. So let us understand. Above lines should work perfectly. So these are working perfectly. And without BRID, if I give a single quotes, if I give BR2 like that, this should also work perfectly. This is working perfectly. Now remove this and you give you values. What is the values you need to provide here? You need to provide at the rate BRID symbol. Okay. Now this will not work here, but that is perfect for us. Now take this, copy this. So I'm simply right click copying this and so now paste it. So I have pasted this. Okay. Now query equals to select star from account master where branch ID equals to at the rate BRID. Okay. Now click OK. Columns I have. So first step source is done. Second step data set is done. Now after this you have to drag and drop a data at region. So go to toolbox. You have to get what is it? Table you have to get it. So I'm dragging and dropping a table. So table is the data region where you can have a table kind of thing. Okay. So in the first column I have a account ID. In the second column let me put name. In the third column let me put clear balance. In the fourth column I don't have. Right click on this insert column to right. So I'm inserting a column here. The column name is called say branch ID also. Okay. Now this is my report. Now this report is a perfect report which I have created, table report. And above that, give the report name. To give the report name, I'm taking a text box and dragging and drop text box. And I keep the text box here so that you should be able to provide the name to the report. So you neatly align it. So then double click here. So could be you can say hash, branch data. ICSC back branch data. So if you want to, do the proper alignment, just come here, do the alignment, and you can also change the parameters or everything. And select the font and go here and choose the different parameters and bold it, Control B. Then if you want to fill the color, you make sure that you have selected this and filling the color, this is the option. So I am choosing this is the color. Okay. Now for account ID and everything also you can just bold it and if you want to or you need to use a filling color. The filling color is this. So let me choose a good color so that this is also looks good. Okay. So I have created report and I have done. I did not do anything apart from adding a data source, adding a data set. So, and dragging and dropping a table and the text box from here and save the report. Save the report and you're ready to preview the report. So click on preview. You will be able to get the report. See, now this is a parameterized report. Now it is asking for the parameter. So I'm providing say BR1 here and simply click on view the report. Good. BR1 data here. Make sure that you're getting BR1 data. Now you're able to get. So this is what is known as a parameter. So I'm putting BR2 here. Click on again view report. Now I have BR2 data. Now you have to click on BR3 and see the view report. This is a BR3 data BR. That means like this, you can provide a parameter. The parameter can give you this kind of report so that the customer can give you the parameter value. Using the value, you can filter out the data, display the data like that. So this is the best example when you want to go to a parameterized report. How did you create a parameter? Very simple. In your data set, done is like this. You have done at the rate BRID. When you put at the rate BRID, SQL Server automatically creates a parameter and that will be there in the report. You need not do anything. Only that the trick is that you need to keep or you need to create these kind of things in the report. That's it. You have to do it. So once you do that, what SQL Server will do? SQL Server will create a parameter. So let me see the parameter. So this is the parameter SQL Server created for you. This is there in the report data. Now double click on the data. Now this is your parameter. Okay. So I'm parameter BRID. This is the name, and prompt is also BRID. So in the prompt, what I'm doing is I'm saying enter BRID and simply click OK. Make sure that you have saved the report and you have preview. Now have you seen it is coming as enter BRID. Now let me enter BR3. Okay, now I am able to get the BR3 data. Okay, so if you want to modify something, make sure that you go to design. Some people will be there in preview and they try to click here, nothing would work. So please make sure that you are clicking on design. And so if you want to do some configuration to the parameters, so expand parameters, double click on BRID. Now there is a spelling mistake here, so let me do that. So enter BRID and click OK. Okay. Now the question is, so I put BR1, which is working fine. I put BR3, which is working fine. I don't know how many branches we have, but let me put branch, okay, branch say 88. I don't know whether 88 branch is available or not. So let me click on view report. Actually, that branch is not exist. We have only up to 7 or 6 branches, but I am providing a branch number 88. Customer also does not know whether this branch exists or not. Okay. To avoid the problems, what you can do is you can simply give a drop down list box here. So instead of putting it blank, you can have a list box there. Okay. So it will give you BR1, BR2, BR3, BR4 values, and so that you can choose one of the value and click on report. So the second learning point would be creating a parameterized report. Creating a parameterized report with what? Drop down list for the parameters. So that's what is the next learning point. We're going to do that. Okay. So now, how to create a parameter. So now make sure that you go back to design mode. So after going back to design mode, I double click on BRID. Now, if you go here, you have available values, you have default values, you have advanced values. Okay. You need to provide available values. So in the available values, you have to provide some values from query you should be able to get and give it to this. So let us understand. Now the requirement here would be I have to provide some branches here, branch IDs I have to get it. To get the branches IDs, first I have to write another query. So make sure that already we have one data set. This data set is getting the data and this data set is giving the data to the table. Now you need to create another data set. This data set supply the values to the parameter. So I'm creating a new data set, add data set embedded and same data source and the query. Let me write the query in the SQL Server and copy paste it. So what is it I'm writing now? I'm writing a special query. The query is that I need to get the branch, all branches. Select branch ID. So I have branches, all these branches, but I have BR1 and again BR1. I have some duplicates. To eliminate duplicates, I have to use a distinct keyword, DISTINCT. So distinct keyword will eliminate the duplicates. So actually I have only 8 branches. So this query I'll use to populate the parameters. So let me copy paste this. That you are writing another data set. This data set will get only the branches and simply click OK. Now what you do, this data set 1, you have to give it to the branch BRID so that when you are running a report, the values from data set 1 will be supplied or will be given to branch BRID. Now once you create a data set, double click on BRID, choose available values. Okay, and you choose get values from query. Now data set is data set 1 and value field is we have only one value, that is BRAD. Label field also get BRAD, and we have this, and simply click OK and save the report. Now view the report. So what is it we have done? We have written a separate data set. This data set will supply the value to BRAD. And after that value, now this data set will, get the value to the parameters. So for the table. So let us preview. Once you click here, now this parameter is able to get the values. Now you see BR1, BR2, BR3, BR4, BR5, BR6, BR7. So this is another data set which is supplying a data. So make sure that we have created another data set. So I'm choosing BR5 and click on view report. Now this would be a super duper report which you can create, and that can give you is all the branches which are available. Now you need to understand the is another data set, and enter BRAD. This is another data set. So we have created actually a two data sets. So one is getting the values, the another one is providing values to the parameter. So this is known as a parameterized report. Clear? Now you may ask, sir, how do I would like to check BR3 and BR7 data. I would like to get two branches data. Can I? Now you are not able to check the two branches. Always you can put only single branch, but my requirement is I should be able to click on one branch, or I should be able to click on more than one branch. Do I have this kind of things? To do that, we have definitely an option. So you have to go back to your design and you have to change a few configurations. So what is the learning point we are going to do? The learning point we are going to achieve is that, so how do I provide multiple values? Provide multiple values to the report. So how do you do this? So I should be able to select, or select multiple values. Instead of providing, you should be able to select multiple values in report parameter. In the report, so this is what we're going to do that. So how you user can select a multiple values, not in the single. Okay. So to do that, you have to go to bits. So make sure that you're in design and double click on BRAD. There's a configuration option called allow multiple values. So that's it. You need to check this. So allow multiple values. I have checked this option. So by default, it will be off. You have to check this. So check this option and create. That means what? You can choose more than one value. So save the report. That's it. And preview. And now see, you can choose a multiple values like this. BR1 data, BR6 data, BR5 data. You can select multiple values. So this is what you have to check. And once you check all the values, then you come here and you are able to see BR1, BR5, BR6. Now click on a view report. So view report, now it will give you an error. Okay. So why it is giving you an error? Because there is a problem in the first data set. Customer data set is having a query. Why? Let us go back here and see what is the problem. The problem is this. Value you cannot give equals to operator. So you have to give in operator and open the bracket, and you have to close the bracket. So this is the modifications you have to do in the first data set. Okay, then only this data set will work. Why? If branch ID is 1, the equals to operator will work. If more than one branch, BR2, BR3, BR5, if you're selecting, you have to use in operator and then within the brackets. Okay. So I'm selecting this and I need to modify. How do you modify this? So go back here and double click on BRAD. No, not double click on BRAD. Go to first dataset, customer dataset, double click here, and you have this query. You remove this query and put the latest query. So the change is BRAD in, that's it. So you put this query, report and preview. Now you should be able to select BR2 data, BR6 data, BR7 data. Now you have done, you view the report. BR5 data, BR7 data, BR2 data. So you have full, branches data that can also be supplied as a report server. Is clear? Now this is a best example where you can create a parameter. To the parameter, you can also give a drop-down list, and you can also give, if you can choose multiple values. You can choose multiple values for providing a parameter. So preview anything is selected. Now I would like to provide some kind of a default value. Now the next learning point would be, how do I provide a default value? What is a default value? When user runs the report should run taking those values. Okay, so let me do the default value configurations. So the next learning point would be, how do I provide a default value? Default value report. So this is the next learning point for the report parameters. Value to the report parameters. So go back here and double click on branch BRID, and there is a default values. So clicking on default values, specify values, or you can also choose get values from query. So I'm clicking on specify values, add. So by default BR2 should be checked, and by default BR5 should be checked. Okay, these are the default values I have provided. Specify values, I am specifying, click OK. Now save and preview. These will be, we have selected all of them and you got the data here. Okay, so you need not wait for the user to give the values. Whenever you submit a report, these will be selected. But if you don't need, go back here. You have to uncheck this, and you can select new one if you want. Okay, now this is what. So you should be able to go back and change the values if you wish. Okay, this is a providing a available values to the report. Be able to create many values. So you can talk or you can understand and clarify. Okay. Now, one more thing what we can do is, so you may have that, this one you can try it out. What is that? You can have two parameters. So I'm giving you some homework for you to practice. Okay. So some practice, let me state. What is that you can do? We can create two parameters. First parameter is country. Is country. Second parameter is state. If you click on India, for example, I have India here. If I click on India, I need to get only states of India, say Andhra Pradesh, say Karnataka, say Punjab, like that. Okay. Now, if I click on US, I need to get the US states. So the state would be, say, CCC, okay, so BBB, something like that. Okay. Now you should not be getting all the states at one shot. You need to, it is not called nesting parameters. Okay. Based on the country parameter, the second parameter will be popped up. The second parameter will be popped up. That is, choose a country. The second parameter would be giving the filtering the list of states. Okay. So make sure that you can try this and come back to me tomorrow. This is clear. So how do you have to create a data set. Data set need to have two, way at the condition. So you need to create a table called some table, and the data set would be like this. Select star. Okay. You may have some XYZ table or a PQR table. You may create a table where 3 equals to at the rate country equals at the rate country, and the state equals to at the rate state. Okay. Now these two are columns. Country, state are available in the PQR. Okay. So like that you should be able to create. So the table you may create is you may create a player ID, player name. You may have a player country, a player state. You may create a simple table like this. Okay. Player is say player one, say is Bhaskar. He's from India and he belongs to Andhra Pradesh. Like that, you may have another table, Ravi, he belongs to India, to Karnataka state. You may have John, he is from US, the state you can give some JH. And four, you may have, something David, so from say UK and give some states like that. Like that, you create this table, use this table and get this second exercise. What is that exercise? You have to do it. You take two parameters and provide the country. Based on the country, the state will filter some rows, and again you need to choose a value here, and you should be able to create a country and state and get the report. So this is a good report for the practice. Please make sure that this is working fine. One. Now back to design, and let me go back to a branch and go back to available values here. So here I have a data set name, I have a value field, and I have a label field. What is a label field? Label field means which will be shown, which will be displayed. Value is which will be passed. So when you click on branch ID, BR1 is passed to this data set. When you're clicking on label field, this actually will be created to the this will be displayed in the report. So let me do some modifications in the data set one. Okay. Now instead of taking this query, let me take another query. So I have a table called branch master table. So I'm taking a branch master table and writing some values here. So select. So I have branch ID and the branch name. I am taking these two. So I am taking branch ID here and I am taking a B name, branch name. So I have these two fields. So I am taking Control C, copy, go back to here, and you remove this, the second data set, Control V. I'm pasting the data. Now I have branch and branch name. So data set has two values now, branch ID and branch name. Now double click on branch ID, then go to available values. Now data set one is the same thing. Now value field is actual value will be BRID will be passed, but what will be shown is branch name will be shown. Label field means which is displayed value. So saving. Now let me save and preview the button. So now you will get a different values like this. BR1, BR2, BR3, you're providing the name of the branch, Kondapur branch, Patancheru branch, Amirpet branch, Panjagutta branch, Mehdipatnam branch. Like that, you should be able to create all of them. Okay, so drag this, you will get list box. Okay, now branch BR3 and BR5 already default values, so these two are checked. If you don't want to check this, you can say Mehdipatnam branch. You click Mehdipatnam branch, number will be given to you. So Mehdipatnam is branch number 7. Okay, so user always loves this kind of values than the BR1, BR2, BR3 like this. Okay, so if you want to display a city or if you want to display this kind of values, then you can choose a label field. And the actual parameter is branch ID will be passed. If you select a KPHB branch ID is passed to the parameter and the query is executed taking that value. Okay, you can also do like this. Hope you have understood the parameters. Parameter can be one parameter, or you can also have one more parameter. Here you can also have nesting parameters. Depends upon the country, I need to have states. Depends upon the states, I need to have districts. Depends upon the districts, I need to have something else. So you can also do, please practice whatever I have just suggested. Ask me. We discussed about how to create a parameter, and we discussed about how to give default values and how to, provide a drop-down list box. All of them we discussed today. Okay. So please practice this report and come back to me tomorrow. And this is your practice. And make sure that you have done this work, or you can chat me anytime and give me your feedback. Or if you're able to find any difficulties, please write a query to me. Okay. So do you have any questions to be asked? Do you have anything